Let's play a little game. Imagine you're throwing darts at a world map. No matter where it lands, there's probably a US military base right there. Seriously, Japan, dozens. Germany, check. The Middle East, everywhere. Africa, oh yeah, they've quietly popped up there too. You see, the US doesn't just have a military, it has real estate. Around 750 military bases in over 80 countries. That's more than any empire in history. And before you say, but those are just defense agreements. Yeah, sure. And I only eat cake on my birthday. So today, we're unpacking the truth. Why does the US have bases literally everywhere? And what's the real goal behind it? Because here's the twist. It's not just about defense. It's about control, money, and, my favorite, permanent temporary influence. Part 1, the birth of the global empire nobody calls an empire. After World War II, America emerged as the last one standing with its cities intact and its economy booming. The rest of the world, rubble. So while everyone else was rebuilding, the US built bases, temporarily, of course, to help stabilize things. Germany, Japan, Italy all got their friendly neighborhood US bases. And then, they never left. What started as reconstruction became residence. Bases meant leverage. Leverage meant influence. And influence meant, well, global dominance without needing colonies. The British had red on their maps. America has runways and radar stations. Part 2, the domino theory of bases. Once you start building, you can't stop. Korea, base. Vietnam, base. Philippines, base. Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, you get a base, you get a base. Everyone gets a base. By the 1980s, America had a military footprint that could reach anywhere in hours. Officially, it was for peacekeeping. Unofficially, it was about projecting power so big that nobody dared challenge it. You know how influencers say, if you're everywhere, people can't ignore you? Yeah. The Pentagon took that advice personally. Part 3, the economics of empire. Bases pay somebody. Well, here's what they don't tell you. These bases aren't just about strategy. They're an economic engine. US defense contractors love them. Lockheed, Boeing, Raytheon, the holy trinity of peacekeeping. Every base needs infrastructure, weapons, maintenance, and contracts worth billions. Local economies get scraps, but the big profits flow right back home. It's a self-feeding machine. The more threats there are, the more bases you need, the more contracts get signed. And surprise, the threats never seem to go away. Some call it the military-industrial complex. I call it capitalism with camouflage. Part 4, the world's worst Airbnb guests. You'd think host countries love having US bases. Well, not exactly. In Okinawa, Japan, protests have lasted decades. In Germany, people wonder why they're still there after 70 years of peace. In the Philippines, bases were kicked out in the 90s, until they quietly came back. The promise is security, but sometimes that comes with noise, pollution, and, oh yeah, occasional scandals involving troops. And yet, they stay. Because every base isn't just defense, it's diplomacy with a side of dominance. It's saying, we're not invading, we're just stationed indefinitely. Part 5, the secret network nobody talks about. Everyone knows about big bases like Ramstein in Germany or Okinawa in Japan. But the real story lies in small, unofficial sites, what insiders call lily pads. These are drone launch pads, radar stations, or joint facilities hidden across Africa, the Middle East, and the Pacific. Not officially bases, just facilities. Translation: plausible deniability. If you don't call it a base, you can have as many as you want without political drama. It's like saying, that's not my house, I'm just storing 200 missiles there for a friend. Part 6, the psychology of presence. Why keep them all open? Because power loves visibility. Bases send a message, we're watching, we can reach you, anytime. It's deterrence, but also dominance. Think of it as America's version of leaving your charger at your ex's place. A reminder that you're still connected, and they shouldn't forget you exist. Even allies accept it, because who wouldn't want the world's strongest military on their side, right? Until, of course, that presence becomes dependence. Part 7, the hidden cost. Money, politics, and blowback. Here's the fine print. Maintaining all these bases costs over $100 billion a year. That's more than the education budget of some countries. And yet, what's the ROI? Wars that don't end. Resentment that festers. Anti-American sentiment that grows with every drone strike. Some historians argue the bases make America less safe, not more. Because every base paints a target. Every presence creates resistance. It's like playing chess and putting all your queens on the board at once. Intimidating. Sure. Smart. Not really. Part 8. So why keep doing it? Because it works. For now. Global trade runs on US protected sea lanes. Dollar dominance is reinforced by military presence. And every base quietly signals, we run the world order. The empire isn't collapsing. It's just evolved. No colonies, just partners. No invasions, just installations. And honestly, it's genius. Brutal, expensive, controversial, but genius. So next time someone says the US doesn't have an empire, show them the map. An empire doesn't always need kings and colonies. Sometimes it just needs leases and landing rights. The irony, America's global dominance is built not on ownership, but on presence. Not conquest, but contracts. And in a world where influence is everything, maybe that's the most powerful kind of empire there is. Thanks for watching Unpacking America. If you found this eye-opening, subscribe, drop a comment, and check out the next video. Why California and Texas are so powerful? Because America's empire doesn't just stretch across the world, it starts right at home.